Hello everyone, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to give you an extremely late review of a movie franchise that I hold dear to my heart, Bad Boys for Life. Now, if you've ever met me, or if you've ever seen anything I've ever posted, anything, Instagram, Twitter, you know I love buddy cop movies in general. I love the Lethal Weapon franchise. I like the Rush Hour franchise. There's a franchise that never got lifted off the ground. The other guy, the Nice Guys, that should have made it. It was a great buddy cop movie. So I'm a massive fan of the buddy cop genre. It's always been fun. It's always fun to see two men, or sometimes they mix up with women, interplay and have this dynamic that just pops and see them in different situations. But it never worked more better with me than Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, Bad Boys. The original Bad Boys came out when I was a child, not small. But I remember when I saw it, I loved the interplay between Marcus Burnett and Mike Larry. They just felt like brothers. And the thing is, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are really great friends in real life. And these are two big comedians, well, not comedians, but they both grew up kind of in the same era. The Martin Show and Fresh Prince. So these guys are great. Michael Bay created this franchise. Now, Michael Bay is kind of a funny name now, but back in the day, it was a big deal. The Rock, the movie with Sean Connery in it, and Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage in it was great. It was a great action movie. It kind of launched him, and then Bad Boys happened, and it was great. Now, Bad Boys 2, I believe, came out in about around 2003. So this franchise has been on a nearly 17-year hiatus. We have seen it. So many franchises try to make a comeback terribly and successfully. I mean, how many Die Hard movies did they try to make their comeback? They just had a Shaft movie come out with Samuel Jackson. Now, a lot of people liked that movie. I did not. But then you have the Rocky franchise with Creed. They brought that back successfully, so it can be done. Now, personally, I heard that Michael Bay wasn't going to be on this movie. Michael Bay wasn't on this movie. Although I'll get to Michael Bay. He wasn't on this movie. They actually brought in these newcomers. They're like, I cannot remember their names, and I do not want to butcher it, but they're two Muslim brothers, and I've never heard of them before, and this is their first big movie. And I gotta say, they did a great job. They did a freaking great job. Honestly, I think this might be, I don't want to say that this is the best of the trilogy, but I will say it's damn knocking on the door, because I've rewatched the 1 and 2 recently before I went to see it, and 1 is funny. It's funny. It relies more on funny and more noir themes, and the charm of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. 2 is more octane, and 2 is 1 on steroids. 2 is like if 1 took cocaine, because the action is bumped up. I will say, still after seeing this movie, the best action sequence is still that bridge scene in 2. 2's bridge scene was phenomenal, but this one is a bit more grounded. It's more grounded. In the sense that they did the thing where they age up the characters, they age up the story, which I love when they do that with sequels. I hate when sequels come back and go, nothing's changed. We're still the same guys we were. No, they're not. They're old now. Not old. Will Smith, they both in their 50s. They're older now. They've done a lot of things. But now time has caught up to them. Will Smith's character is kind of more about Will Smith this time around. I will admit, it's less on Marcus. Marcus's character's his daughter. He's become a grandfather in this movie. The first thing you see is his daughter from the other movies have a baby, which is one of the most hilarious scenes in the movie. Because if you guys remember a boy named Reggie in part 2, the boy that they threatened to shoot if he didn't bring his daughter home on time. And that boy looked like he shit his pants right in that front yard. He stuck around. And they got the actor to come back, and me and my mom died laughing. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they got this guy to come back. And he still got that dumb look on his face. He's, yes, sir. I'll take care of the baby, sir. He's like, yeah, you better take care of the baby, Reggie. It's still fucking funny. But the whole thing with Will Smith's character learning he's not bulletproof anymore. And there's this thing that happens where he doesn't want to settle down. He doesn't want to get out of the field. While Martin Lawrence's character is like, I want to retire, man. I got grandkids. You know, my kids are adults. I want to spend time with my wife. I want to spend time with my grandson. And Will Smith's character, you know, Mike Larry's just like, I don't have any of that. You know, this is my marriage. It's my job. Is going around busting crooks. So that's kind of the interplay between the two of them. Meanwhile, the villains this time around, I'll go on a limb and tell you, these are the best villains they've had in the franchise, because the other villains were just dicks. They were just some cartel guy, some Colombian, and some prick trying to sell some jewels. These villains have a personal connection to Will Smith. Now, I'm going to get this out of the way right now. The big shocker of this movie is that they actually do world building, and they actually do character building well. You learn how Mike Larry became Mike Larry. For all of you who've watched the other movies, and you know Mike Larry, man, he's got the car, he's got the looks, he's got the style, you know, he's banging all these hot chicks, and he's all smooth as can be. Turns out that all came from somewhere. And the main villain of the movie is a woman who apparently was integral in teaching him how to be that. And he says so in the movie. It's like, she is how I became Mike Larry. I didn't just wake up in the morning and have this, you know, being able to put this together. She helped me. And it's a very interesting thing. I don't want to spoil it for you guys because, I mean, the movie's been out for 4 weeks, so, I mean, it was not big of a spoiler, but still, I don't like spoiling too much for people, but let's just put it this way. World building is on 2000. They also introduced some youngsters who I thought were going to be annoying. They were called Ammo. It actually stands for something, but it's a group called Ammo. It's actually got one of the girls from High School Musical in it, so it kind of threw me off. They made a joke about it. It was just like Will Smith was like, Ammo. That's just some boy band with guns. And they do play the whole young kids versus older, you know, the youngsters versus the older guys thing. But they're not annoying. All the members of Ammo are different, unique. They all have different levels of respect, or lack thereof, for Will and Martin. And they play great together. The action is less than 2, but more than 1. So it's not completely out of its mind anymore, because it was kind of out of its mind. It's a little bit lower, a little bit more realistic, a little bit down to the styles, but I gotta tell you guys, I enjoyed the hell out of this. I'm glad to see these guys back. I give Bad Boys for Life an 8 out of 10. It was a great action movie, great heart, amazing heart, and it did a great job for this franchise. So thank you guys for joining me on the Comic Gamer Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe, and go check out Bad Boys for Life. It's in theaters right now. It might be coming out sooner or later on Blu-ray and digital, but check it out. It deserves all the money it's getting. Thank you guys for joining me on the Comic Gamer Movie Show. I'll see you in the next one.